Hello, hello. Just doing a little bit more gameplay with my monk druid. Sorry, I'm kind of shrouded in red darkness on this one. It's a little bit early in the morning, and the light from my the light that I use is just a little bit too much. It just seems too bright this early. Hope you're enjoying that monk druid. Please look at the monk druid video before this one to go over all the gear and everything. I go over it in great detail. But you'll see here how this is a melee druid. And he's got pretty cool freaking gear, and he's got a really interesting setup. So like I said, please check out that other video. This is to showcase a couple more areas that we didn't get to. I imagine some people probably wanted me to go to some other areas maybe. So that's why I'm doing Act 4 now, because Act 4 tends to be to have some pretty tanky enemies and can be pretty tough sometimes. But you'll basically see if you look at the character sheet here. You know, I go over this in every video, but if you look at the character sheet, we've got max lightning, poison, and fire res on this build. And the skill allocation is quite interesting. So, yeah, it's basically, you know, we have a level 52 Heart of the Wolverine. You check that out in the other video, and we've got a level 50 Carrion Vine. So we get healed for over 500 life every time the Carrion Vine eats a corpse. And the level 52 Heart of the Wolverine gives us about 380% enhanced damage and attack rating, which is really cool. And then we just have great crowd control from things like some ravens that we put our extra points into, and from our hurricane, which is, it's really just to do kind of like some chip damage. It's not the main source of our damage, so it just kind of it weakens them and slows them and puts them into hit recovery. So the hurricane is actually really cool on enemies that aren't cold immune. Because like I said, it will tick away and just kind of like put them into hit recovery, and they won't be able to attack in certain frames. Too bad that's not a small charm, hey. So that's kind of why the hurricane's good, and then you know the cyclone armor is just more safety basically. Even though our elemental is maxed out, and our Raven Frost lets us absorb cold damage. So yeah, like the hurricane is only giving us 400 damage, you know, so it's not a lot, but actually it can be the difference between another attack, or you know, like if we kill a guy in one go, kind of like that. I just like hit Zeal once on that guy and it killed him, and it's because he had a little bit less life from the hurricane hitting him first. This is also a good build for the Passion Rune work. So, like, even though there's hit causes the monster to flee on it, things tend to get slowed down by our mercenaries decrepify, our ravens track them down and blind them, our hurricane slows them down. We can blind them too with Zeal on our Passion. So it's like it is annoying to have hit causes the monster to flee on a melee character, but I think this is one of the best ways to kind of use it. As I say that guy just ran really fast away. But I've noticed overall it's pretty good. It's pretty user friendly, and it actually does give you some safety because you know this is an off meta build, and it's possible to get overwhelmed every once in a while. So it's nice to be able to like make guys flee away and get them off your back, and then have your summons kind of track them down. Just gonna recast those ravens. So yeah, I'm just doing Act 4. And I really like this build a lot. It's so cool. Please check out the other video, as I've been saying, to get the full breakdown of it and to see how it's all working together. I really put a lot of thought into it. Superior Monarch. Let's see. 6%, yeah. I don't know. I don't really care about that too much. Oh, here we go. 40 maximum stamina. Oh, could you imagine if we paired this plus 40 maximum stamina Grand Charm with Templar's Might for that 49 stamina that it has on it? Holy crap, dude. Insane, right? Check out my Templar's Might video. Why items suck. And comment what your suggestions are to make that item better. I've got more ideas in mind after having read people's comments and stuff. So let me know what yours is first, and then maybe we'll do a follow-up video talking about it exactly. I liked making that video because I unexpectedly just couldn't stop laughing during it. So please check it out. But yeah, here we go. I mean, I'm just casually just running around with a human melee druid, just smacking the crap out of stuff with a battle staff, a shillelagh, and it's going really good. There's a bunch of other, like, you know, the more you think about some of these off-meta builds too, the more you can tweak them to your liking. You know, maybe you want to put more points into bear, or maybe you want to put more points into direwolves. You know, maybe you want to add in like a molten boulder or something and just kind of diversify some of the stuff you can do. I mean, that's what's fun about these. To me, the end game for this game, really, some people it's like PvP. To me, it's just like these off-meta builds, really. You know, I think that's the real end game for me. There's so many ways to make some of these weird builds. You know, so there's lots and lots of variability in that. But yeah, getting these off-meta builds to work pretty well is kind of the end game for me. And oh, what was I gonna say? I had a thought and I just lost it. Sorry. But yeah. So this is him again. I really love this build, so I just wanted to do some more content on it. And thank you guys for checking out the videos and subscribing to the channel and stuff. It's really, in the last couple weeks, I mean, I went from having like 60 views to like, we're over like 13,000 or more now, maybe, just like across the videos, something like that. And so that's pretty cool. I really appreciate that. I think it's fun to be able to talk about this game with you guys and read all your comments and suggestions. It makes it really fun, you know. Like I was saying in another video, that it's not like there's anybody to like talk to in my real life about this game. I don't think I could really. It's hard to discuss a game like this with somebody who's really just not that into it. I mean, I don't really try to. Some people at like work and stuff might ask me, "Oh, like, do you like video games?" So do I. Like, what do you play? Call of Duty? And I'm like, no, I like Final Fantasy VII and Diablo 2. And they're like, "Oh, I've heard of those. You know, why do you like Diablo 2?" And I'm just like, I feel like if I start talking about it, you're just gonna hate me. You know, so it's just, it doesn't sound that great when you just talk to somebody about it, you know, who doesn't know the game and hasn't really dove into it. So yeah, so I don't really talk to people about this game, you know, at work or something. It's just, I'm gonna lose them pretty fast, right? So I did mention before, though, that I know one guy who really likes Diablo 2, which is cool. Man, we are surrounded right now. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. Completely surrounded. We were engulfed in fire. And we killed Azul and all his buddies right there. So, why am I holding onto this still? Yeah. For no reason. Okay. Yeah, so there's like one dude I know that likes Diablo 2. And, huh. Sacred Rondash of blocking. It's, 15, 10, and 45 all res. I mean, 2 sockets at Larzik, it's kind of cool, but I mean, Paladin shields are already so good, and you could just make Spirit and everything, so. If that was just a regular shield and not a Paladin shield, I would keep that and try to get 2 sockets at Larzik and then put facets in it. So, what's the level requirement? Let me double check that. It's 52. Yeah, it's just, oh man, that could have been kind of sweet. That was like a perfect roll on the res. It's kind of nuts. Here we go. Look at that berserk. I just hit him with 1 berserk. It almost killed him in 1 hit. On the human druid. Yeah. So I've been uploading stuff like pretty consistently, you know, for the last couple weeks, and it's just gonna depend on my like work schedule, how I can keep doing that. So if there might be some times where you might not really see a video from me for like a week, even maybe a little less than that if I can find time, but yeah. Sometimes my work is just too busy for like a week straight, and I just can't do anything else. But yeah, but when I don't have that, I'll be trying to upload videos on stuff. So yeah, I like some of the suggestions people have made for videos and stuff too. They're like, it's really cool that people are like asking, like requesting to try certain builds or see what my take is on something. That's pretty cool. I haven't got to those yet, like trying to make those yet though, because I wanted to get some of my builds that people probably haven't seen yet out there first, you know. But I will go back through eventually and try to get those in. So okay. Anyway, we're still going through here in Act 4. Act 4 is a good act to kind of just like clear through, actually, because I found like a bunch of high runes here throughout my time playing this game. Even on P1, like I found Jaws and Burrs and Ohms and like Sirs and stuff like that. Like just by like doing some regular clearing of Act 4. So. I kind of like this act, you know, and it's got a cool aesthetic too. I really wish that, you know, we could get those 3 other quests in this act. I know Eric Schaefer was on Mr. Llama's channel discussing that, and he did confirm that there was supposed to be 6 quests in this act. That also makes me think that there's supposed to be a mercenary in this act. What would you guys want for another mercenary if we could get one? You know, I think it would be really cool to have another mercenary option. I'd like to hear what you guys think, and then I'll do a video on people's suggestions and like how it would work. You know, if you want to make it pretty detailed too, go ahead in the comment and really think it through. And I'll do it in the video. I'll talk about it in the video, and I'll talk about what I think. What 3 more quests and a new mercenary in Act 4 could be. I really want something like that. I really think that that would be a great addition to the game. A nice little expansion, you know? It'd be a very minor expansion. 3 quests and a mercenary. That's not a lot to ask. They already put in a new mercenary in one of the last patches with our dual-wielding Act 5 Barbarian. So, but yeah, that would be something I would want for sure. And it would have to be a little bit varied up. It can't, you know, it's got to be able to use things that the other mercenaries can't use so that we can have more variability, more variety. So yeah, let me know what those are. I love how we're just standing in the middle of all those flames going off at us, and it's not even hurting us at all. A 110. No. 22. This kite shield. Let's see. Is this the budget JMod? Nope. Oh, you know what? We need a repair. There was one time I was playing and my weapon broke in the middle of like an entire mob, and I was just like, oh dear. And I had to save and exit the game because of it. I like couldn't get out. Here we go. So the other reason I'm kind of doing this too is because some people had asked if I like stream and like if I do longer playthroughs and stuff, like full playthroughs and stuff. No, I don't have any of that, so I don't know. I wasn't planning on it either. I guess it would just depend. I just don't imagine that there'd be like a huge draw for me just playing the game for a really long time. I don't know. We'll see. It seems that I seem to like people like the off meta builds right now, and so and that's what I like too. So it's not just like I'm gonna do only what, you know, I think people like. It's like I like that. So that's like the kind of content that I like watching, or that kind of like made me want to do this and upload some videos in the first place. You know, shout out to Double Billy. Yeah, Double Billy's channel has crazy builds on it, like stuff that I definitely had never seen before, and stuff that I had for sure thought of even, and I just didn't, you know, try to make them myself or whatever. But he's always got really interesting ideas, and he's really funny. Yeah, like I think he's entertaining. So yeah, Double Billy, man, really cool videos, dude. Thank you, Double Billy, to commenting on my first off meta build video, which was the lightning strafes on. That really encouraged me, man. Like when you commented on that, I was like, dude, cool. Like he checked out my lightning strafes on. That's awesome. I'll make another one. You know, I'll make another video then. That was it. And I didn't have like any big view. I didn't have a lot of views on the channel or anything. I think I had 60 views at the time. But it was just cool that, like, you know, that you commented on it. You guys can let him know. Tell him that I thought that was really encouraging, that he checked out my video, and he said he loved the build, you know. So I was like, sweet, dude, that's fun, you know, because I really like his channel, I really like him, and I really like his builds too. So that was really fun for me to see that comment from him, and then just be like, all right, I'm gonna make some more freaking builds then, because if he likes them, and he knows the off meta stuff probably the most from what I've seen. If he liked that build, then I think I got something here. So anyway, long rant there, but thank you. Not rant, you know, words of praise and thanks. Yeah, here we are in the City of the Damned. I like this area. I always like farming this area. I think, I don't know what it is. I think it's just a good area. Good density and stuff, you know? If you got a build that nothing is immune to here, it's pretty fun to farm to me. I don't know what level it is here. Is it 81 or is it 84? It might be level 84 area. Not quite sure. Thought it was something like that. All right, look at that zeal. They're blinded. They're cold. They're getting decrept. They can't do anything. Look at that berserk. Man, that was nice. This is also online. Remember, I have to say that sometimes, and it's P1. This is not a Player's 8 build. Like, no way. Look at him running back into his buddies, and he can't do anything. Man, I lagged there a little bit. That was annoying. Internet's been doing that a little bit lately. There you go. That was cool. I love how he just turns around and gets smacked in the face by the battle staff that we got, the shillelagh. Here we go. Get our ravens back up so they can give us some more crowd control. Don't even need that shrine because we have max poison res, but I grabbed it. What is that lag, dude? Oh. Nice, man. Look at that. They just all decrept and then got cold and chilled. I hate when those ghost things, those specter things, are off the edge of the map and then you don't get the loot from it. It's kind of annoying. Let's see, what's our chance to hit? 90%? Yeah. We might have to grab our demon limb and just give ourselves an enchant just to kind of help a little bit with that. We're still hitting stuff, but it's nicer when you're at like 95. You know what else I think? This is just talking about, you know, changes and patches. Since we're getting nothing, because they just want to make sure everyone plays D4, even though nobody's playing D4. One thing I would like is, like on my Heart of the Wolverine here, I summoned it at level 52, okay? And it survives great. Like, I haven't seen it die, or maybe I have, like, once while testing this build. But it's got to be pretty overwhelming for it to die. But anyway, I think that, like, if you can get a level 50 or above Heart of the Wolverine, it should just be invincible. Like, why not? Like, it's just kind of annoying if it can die. I mean, all it is it's an aura, you know? It's not like your auras on a paladin die, you know? It's not like they can go away. So why not just make the Heart of the Wolverine invincible at level, you know, 50, or just make it invincible just all the time. You know, why not just make it invincible all the time? Maybe those charges then, that they're like level 3 Heart of the Wolverine or level 5 Heart of the Wolverine, maybe those would actually be like, you could use it then and it would give you this tiny boost to your attack rating and damage, you know? And then also make those so that they don't disappear when you just when you swap items or whatever. I would like that. So anyway, something like a little asks like that would just make, it would make, you know, this is all stuff that I want, right? So it would make my off-meta building a little bit more fun, because I'd be able to summon them to some things and they wouldn't disappear. Heart of the Wolverine should just be immortal, I think. I don't think it should die, and if you think that's cheap, then make it level 50, it's immortal. I think those would all be, that would be like a cool change. So yeah, I mean, if you think this clear speed is just slow and it's no fun, you don't like it, you need to be zipping through the map and killing way faster, that's fine. I really like how this works and just kind of comes together. And like I said, watch the other video for the full breakdown. This is just more gameplay of Act 4 areas, you know, kind of just going through. Bunch of dudes in there. Let's check it out. Yeah, see, like, because of our hurricane there, just because it did a little bit of chip damage. What's happening? Oh, there's guys. I couldn't see them. Just because we do a little cold damage with our hurricane, it's enough to make it so that some of those guys die after we hit them like once, you know. Superior Elder Staff. What's that? 2-socket Thunderstorm. Yeah, see, like, look at damage ain't bad on some of these stabs. It's kind of nuts. Right. Some people have never really seen that tile set before, where the all the stained glass windows are. Oh, hey, we got him. Here we go. Champions. I like that. Lacquered plate. I'm always looking to see if these will be... No. If those will be, like, jewelers, you know. And they'll have, like, some cool color to them, like orange or blue or whatever. Okay, I mean, just doing some full clearing here with a human melee druid, the monk druid. If you watched the other video, let me know if you'd ever seen a build like this before, if you ever heard of this. Has anyone ever called it that before, even? I seriously haven't seen it. I've never seen a monk druid. I've never seen the title monk druid like anywhere before. So, I like to look through these to see if there's anything of interest. So, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna grab my demon limb really quick and enchant. Got 4 charges left on it. So, there we go. That'll give us a little bit more. Attack rating. Summon the ravens here. In my last video as well, there were times when oh my gosh, the crushing blow, man, look at that. But look at, our vine gave us all of our health back. In my last video, there were times when I accidentally unequipped my, like Berserk and Zeal. And I was just like, look at how good Berserk is, and I was just attacking with a regular attack. And then I noticed it later, but it was like, yeah, I'm aware of it now. It was just because when you're making videos like this and you're trying to talk about stuff, it kind of requires a lot of multitasking, and so I'm thinking about a bunch of different things at once, and sometimes you just miss things, you know. So I'm sorry about that. If you know, you were, I don't know, annoyed at that, or being like, dude, he doesn't notice. It's like I did realize eventually, and I do know. All right. So yeah, and it's just because the multitasking can distract you a bit. So yeah, these guys can do a bunch of crushing blow to you, and like, look at that. We did get hurt there, you know, like we definitely got hurt. Our health went down to about half, and then it was just completely back again. Look at all this too. I'm just poisoned like constantly, and my health is just maxed out all the time. Like, the poison does not hurt us at all, and that's because we have such great life regeneration. 10 on the helmet, 4 on the ring, 13 on the belt, 7 on the armor. So 34 replenished life with 75 poison res. So poison just really doesn't hurt us. Yeah, I mean, this is a level 85 area. River of Flame. Our attack rating here is 95% against those guys with the enchant on. So that's 16,000.
I can't carry anymore.
I also like to do this where I swap the armors with the mercenary. And I try to get Venom as well. Sometimes Fade if we can. Fade it's pretty helpful, but it's not absolutely necessary or anything because we have our res is already maxed. But that should be like enough. Like I think I've like there if I hit him that much, that's enough. And then we switch back. Yeah, so now our damage is over 4,200. So we have Venom and Enchant. And we are faded too. Look at that, we did get fade. So now our res is really overcapped. It's like overclocked. Let's see, 238 poison, 241 lightning, 270 fire, and 46 cold. So we're overclocked on our res. So even if we got cursed, we'd still be fine. We have the physical damage reduction now is even higher. So we had 13%, and now I don't know what it is now. Like it's got to be 40 something maybe percent damage reduction. I should probably go back up here where everybody else is. There we go. Yeah, we're just like constantly poisoned and everything. It doesn't do any damage to us at all, which is so cool. We're immune to poison. Our monk has attained nirvana, and he is ascended, and he cannot be poisoned. His mind over matter is too powerful, and so he cannot be poisoned. And he's in the spiritual realm right now. Look at him. He's just this green spirit right now. That he's like a ghost. So that's cool. Let's recast Hurricane and Cyclone Armor. I like to keep those up, you know. It helps our crowd control, helps our survivability. In case you're wondering too, I don't summon the Spirit Wolves and stuff because I want more room for our mercenary to decrepify everything. I noticed that too many summons can get in the way of a melee mercenary that is up close. But Act 3 and Act 1 mercenaries do really well with lots of summons. More on that to come. I'm going to do more summoner builds for Druid and for Necromancer. I love summoner builds. Always loved summoner builds. And I've always loved bow builds. And I love combining bow and summoner builds, if you haven't noticed. My Hunter Druid with the Faith Bow, I was looking at some of the analytics on it, and I think it has the highest amount of likes, even though it doesn't have the most amount of views. So, like, what that tells me is that Hunter Druid with the Faith Bow is, like, really liked a lot. You know, like, the people that watched it felt compelled to hit the like button on that one more than even the other the videos that have more views. So that's cool. Just kind of an interesting stat. But yeah, if you're still hanging out, watching this content, that's cool, man. I'm doing this clear of Act 4. We'll see how Chaos Sanctuary goes. I don't know. We'll see. I might get... Things could go bad in there sometimes. You might just get just the right amount of curses on you, and then might just get rocked, you know? Okay. So many guys. back up. Yeah, so if you wanted to make this build, how would you spec it out? You know, I've got 20 Cyclone, 20 Hurricane, 20 Carrion Vine, 20 Heart of the Wolverine, with the rest in Raven, and 1 point wonders for my Dire Wolves and Grizzly Bear. How would you spec this out? You know, to me, this is the fantasy of this build suits that setup. But you know, do whatever you want with it. Surrounded. Full health again. Yeah, you know, and I mean, like, I know you could just, like, be a Nova Sorceress and just fly through an area like this. I mean, I have a Nova Sorceress. But there's something about just running up to everything and just smacking it with a battle staff that is very fun still. I really like that. Look when the Decrep goes. I love that. I love Decrepify on dual Lawbringer mercenary right here. I got 2 Lawbringers. It's so good, man. It's level 15 to Decrepify. It's kind of nuts. Champion sword with 2 sockets. Put a strength rune word in that for a budget Act 5 two-hander mercenary. You know, I don't I kind of don't have any desire to do the ladder, you guys. You know, I just don't. Like I kind of want to keep making off meta builds with my online account, you know. I don't really want to try. Oh man, we're getting low. Dang, I had to use a potion there. My vine hadn't eaten something quick enough. But I didn't want to try. I didn't want to like do the ladder really. I think I guess the only reason I would really do it would be to like pick up a couple more like hustles. Maybe a metamorphosis if I had, you know, something like that. I don't know. It's like, and then bring it over to non-ladder, but it would, you know, I don't know. It's not really. I don't really feel like doing that even. I kind of do. The metamorphosis rune word would be kind of useful in some off meta builds, I think. It would be kind of useful. We need to go back to town for a sec. So it would be kind of nice to have that, but you know, I don't know. So thanks for hanging out with me while I drink my coffee. Man. Alright, we gotta repair. 288,000? Jeez, man. Is that because what is it that costs that much? Let's see. Repair. This costs 5. Okay, so it's not my passion. Is it this? Yeah. It's the freaking low rune that's in the bone weave here for my fortitude. Look at how expensive that is. 275,000 for that? Why is that? Why is it so expensive to repair that? 18 life, 3 sockets. Hey. And we still have plenty of durability. So it's like I'm not gonna. What about this? Is this a lot? No. Yeah, we still have plenty of durability, so I'm not going to. I'll just use a Ral rune on it if I you know? Man. What happened to the... Oh, yeah, I want to kill the blacksmith. I want to kill that guy. I like killing that guy. Okay, here we go. Come on, decrep a mercenary. There you go. Yeah, it's really good, man. I'm telling you, man. This is really fun. That it's this tanky. It can be this tanky and like has this much crowd control and this many like curse effects and like and stuff. It's really cool. Like I said in my first video on this monk druid, it was like the monk druid is like a he like counters you with slowing and fleeing and blinding, you know. We're using berserk on this immune to physical guy. There he goes. You know, and that's just kind of cool part of the fantasy of the build. Yeah, this is the character that he was reincarnated, as we're talking about this monk like Zen, I don't know, Hindu Buddhist thing. He was reincarnated from the Shockwave Druid, you know, to become something greater, which is the monk Druid. He's achieved a higher state in his reincarnation. Yeah, I think this does have faster clear speed than the Shockwave Druid now. You know? Maybe that's debatable, but this is way more fun. Even if this is slow, it's fun. It's really fun to use. And you have very good clear speed in, like, other areas that aren't the harder areas of the game. You know? Like, Chaos, like, River of Flame, Chaos, like, there's like, tanky enemies in these areas. So... Did we lose all of our, enchant and everything? Yeah, we did. It's okay. We'll go without it. See how it goes. So yeah, we're just going along. I'm going to try to clear Chaos if I can. Hopefully my off-meta build here can do it. Can be up for the task. I like just kind of going through and killing everything. Some of you guys mentioned that. Some of you guys said, like, yeah, dude, I love just, like, clearing everything. Just killing every enemy in an area, you know? Yeah, I like doing that kind of stuff, too. Falrune, I guess I'll take that. You know. 3 Falrunes in a flawed ruby will give you a lem. So... You can make Obedience with Foul. Obedience is a really good rune word for how cheap it is. Oh, they got... You know what they got? They killed my Carrion Vine. They finally got him. That's okay. We'll just resummon him as is. No big deal. Get the Ravens back out for more crowd control. Okay, there we go. Yeah, because like once we kill some guys, the Ravens can like run ahead or fly ahead and just start blinding enemies. I've noticed that can help us out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, you could like completely forego the Ravens though, and then F Legendary Mallet. That weapon is cool. There's not really, it's slower frames and everything. It's kind of hard to use. Maybe like could you make an oath in that? I don't know. Because it's indestructible. Oh. Anyway, the Ravens, like you could probably, instead of putting the rest of your points into Ravens like I did, put it into something that synergizes with Cyclone Armor and with Hurricane maybe. Might be kind of good. Just make your hurricane a little stronger. Look at that crushing blow on us, man. Took our health down a little bit, but we're back up again. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. This Chaos Sanctuary might be kind of tough for this build. I hope not. Let's see. We're almost there. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, this is like the end game for me, you know? Imagine you just had like your meta build, but there was harder and harder difficulties and it was taking you longer to clear. You can just make an off meta build and there you are. You're at the harder difficulty now, you know? This is the harder difficulty. Some people wanted the Terror Zones to be tougher, you know, like they're not tough enough. I think they're okay. I think they're not bad. I kind of like how they work, and so I think you could just have an off meta build and try to do some harder areas, and you got your hard mode right there. You know. I guess like the one thing about the Terror Zones that would be kind of nice would be if it like had, oh boy, our Vine is gone. Things are getting a little dicey in there. Let's see. There we go. Thank you, Carrion Vine, for healing us. What was I saying? I don't know. I got distracted by stuff. Oh, I can't remember what I was saying now. I'm sorry. But yeah. You can do the Terror Zone as... Oh yeah, the Terror Zone. I kind of wish there was like a little bit better... Whoa. I kind of wish there was like a reward for clearing a Terror Zone or something. You know, like what if you cleared every enemy in the Terror Zone or something like that, or the main unique enemy in the Terror Zone, and there was like some kind of reward you could collect, you know, and then you could like cube them together or something like that. Like that would be kind of cool. It would have to be something worthwhile, you know. So yeah, what would you guys think about that? Like what would be like a cool reward for completing Terror Zones and like cubing together some of their materials or something? I don't want to get too much into some of my ideas for that because I feel like I could be just do like a whole video, you know. All right, I mean, I love this mercenary with Dual Lawbringer. I've said that so many times. He's just so good with how he takes care of the undead for us. %92% for our attack rating in here. Not horrible. Let's do that. Wow. You guys came out guns blazing. Get him before he goes off the edge. Nice. Gonna throw coil. It sucks. It's got that 13 max stamina though. I have an idea for stamina, and I'd like to share it in another video. Sorry, this is kind of just me like randomly talking about stuff. I'm just like splurging out ideas for stuff that I want to talk about for the game. But yeah, I do wish that like Blizzard realized that this is their best game. And at the same time, I wouldn't. It's probably, you know, we don't want them to ruin it or whatever, right? We don't want them to start trying to monetize it so incredibly, so much that it's just not the same game anymore. So I get that. I get that sentiment. But this is a classic game. This is one of the greatest games ever made, easily. And the men that created this game back in the day they were really onto something, and they had a great philosophy for their game design and for the fantasy of the game. Wow. Yeah. Okay, we got a blue monarch here. What is it? 14% chance to cast level 5 Nova when struck. Let's see. Look at, it's blue. Very cool looking. I would take a JMod Nova shield. 4 sockets with that blue color. I would totally take that. Yeah, I think it would be really cool to have blue 4-socketed shield. If anyone's got one and they don't want it, I'll take it. Whoops, I did the wrong thing. Here we go. They're all blinded. Let's see if we can get something else to proc here. With the treachery. Okay, we got the Venom. I wonder if we can get, like, Fade before our... No, not really. Okay, we'll just go back then. We got Venom, that's fine.
Put that to good use.
Okay, Infector, he's pretty tough, you know. Almost out of durability again, geez. Oh no! You know what died? The Heart of the Wolverine, man. The Heart of the Wolverine died. So much damage is lost now because of that. And now we're lagging too. Damn. Yeah, so... Let's see. So that Heart of the Wolverine died there. That's pretty interesting. He couldn't make it. He couldn't make it through there. So, I wonder... I don't know what else I could have done to make him... I guess I could have, like... Jeez, the screen shake. I know you can turn that off, I think, but... I don't know what else I could have done exactly. I guess I could have positioned myself a little better, or... I don't know. Not sure. But, okay, let's see how it goes with Diablo, or, could really use the Act 5 Mercenary to decrepify him anytime now. There we go. So without our level 52 Heart of the Wolverine, our attack rating's not quite as good, but we're still taking him down. We got him. Alright, so we did it. We cleared Chaos Sanctuary with this Monk off meta build. I think we can go back to town. Repair our weapon.
What do you need?
We didn't find anything of note though. Nothing too great, but that's okay. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching the video. If you watched to the end, like, cool, man. You must really, really like this game, like I do. yeah. So there he is again. Later, dudes.